From the cookie you're holding to the phone in your pocket, everything, and I mean everything, starts with a secret recipe. It's like a master plan that turns a bunch of simple parts into all the cool stuff we use every single day. So let's go find that secret.
Okay, let's start with a little riddle. What could a yummy chocolate chip cookie, a super fast car, and your favorite game on your phone possibly have in common? I know, they seem totally different, right? But they all share one big secret.
And that secret is the recipe. Yup, every single one of them starts with a list of ingredients and a set of instructions. It's a blueprint that makes sure it can be made just right every single time.
All right, first up, we're going to pull back the curtain and see what this master recipe is really all about and why it's so important for making, well, pretty much everything. So, in the world of making things, this recipe has a fancy name. It's called a BOM, which stands for Bill of Materials. Just think of it as the official blueprint, the one list that has every single part and piece you need to build something. And a BOM isn't just a simple list like flour, sugar, eggs. No way. It's super detailed. Every little piece gets its own special code, a clear name, exactly how many you need, and even notes on whether you should make the part yourself or buy it from another company.
So, why is this so important? Well, a couple of really big reasons. First, it makes sure you don't forget anything. That's a big one. Second, it tells you exactly how much money it costs to make something. And third, it's like the one single plan that everyone, the designers, the buyers, the builders, can look at so they're all on the same page.
But here's where it gets interesting. Just like in a big restaurant kitchen, not everyone uses the exact same recipe. Different people need different kinds of instructions for the job they're doing. This means there are actually two kinds of BOMs. First, you've got the engineering BOM, or EBOM. This is like the chef's recipe. It's all about what parts you need to make the thing work. But then there's the manufacturing BOM, or MBOM. That's the recipe for the people on the factory floor. It includes everything, every little screw, every drop of glue, and even the box it gets packed in.
And believe me, these recipes can get crazy complicated. Take a jacket like this one. It could have over 200 different parts. Can you imagine trying to keep track of all that without a really good system? It would be pretty much impossible.
Okay, so far we've been talking about physical things you can touch. But what about the digital world? You know, the apps and games we use on our phones? Well, they have their own kind of recipe too. For software, we call it an SBOM, a software bill of materials. See, people who make software don't usually start from scratch. They use little pre-made code ingredients, almost like using Lego blocks to build something awesome. The SBOM is just a list of all the different Lego blocks they used. Now, this is super important for staying safe. If someone finds a problem with one of those code ingredients, the SBOM lets the makers instantly check if their app is in danger. It also helps make sure they have permission to use all those code pieces. It's kind of like a food label, but for your software. Here's an easy way to think about it. If one of the code ingredients is old or broken, it can make the whole app sick with a security problem. The SBOM is the tool that helps you find that sick part and fix it right away. Okay, so how in the world do huge companies manage thousands of these super complex recipes for all their different products? They're definitely not using notebooks and pencils. They use powerful computer systems, kind of like a master cookbook for everything they do. It usually takes two main systems working together. You have one system that's like the master cookbook. That's where all the original recipes are invented and kept safe. Then you have another system that's like the kitchen manager. It reads the cookbook and then automatically orders all the groceries and plans out how to make everything. And you know what? It is absolutely critical that the cookbook and the kitchen manager are always in sync. Because if the recipe changes, but the kitchen manager doesn't know, a company could end up ordering thousands of the wrong part. And that's a very expensive mistake. Okay, now for the really cool part. Let's look into the future. This whole idea of a recipe is about to get a huge high-tech upgrade, and it's all because of artificial intelligence, or AI. I want you to think of AI as a robot chef. It's not just following the recipe anymore. It's actually starting to read the recipe, understand it, and even help write better recipes all by itself. And this is going to happen in steps. Pretty soon, AI will be like an assistant, suggesting things like, hey, use this screw instead, it's cheaper and stronger. A little later, it'll be able to predict problems, warning us that a storm might delay a shipment. And by 2030, AI might be able to find a bad piece of code in your favorite game and swap it out for a safe one all on its own. How cool is that? And AI won't just help with making things faster.
It'll also help us protect the planet. An AI could look at a product's recipe, its BOM, and suggest changing a material to cut down on pollution by a whole lot, maybe even by 15%.
So you see, the bill of materials has become so much more than just a shopping list. Now it's like a treasure map that helps companies manage their money, avoid problems, and build things that are better and safer for all of us.
The bill of materials is the starting point for everything we make, from a simple toy to the coolest new gadget. It's the secret recipe that turns a great idea into something real. So now that you know the secret, what amazing thing are you going to build?